Hello, thanks for joining me. All the way from Australia is my special guest, Benny Sinclair, an up and coming rapper, a former champion boxer, now fighting his way to the top of the music charts. I want to welcome Benny Sinclair. How
Hey,
you
Chuck,
doing there?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to see you. And we made it.
Yeah, we did.
That's for
That's good.
sure. That's for sure. Yes, you're looking good.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Well, I'm excited about your release of your new rapping album. Or do you call it albums now? What do you call it?
Yeah, just an album, but I rap on it. So yeah, we can go with that. Rapping album sounds good to me.
Okay,
Rapping Mini Sinclair, you can call me.
right. You released it. What is the name of it, by the way?
The best.
The best. Okay. And you released it on your son's 21st birthday, is that correct? Oh,
Yeah, well, we dropped very close. We dropped my latest video, which is called 21, on the
okay.
21st of the 12th, so 21st of December. And it's also my son's birthday, but not his 21st. He was only 14, my oldest son. So, but yeah, so it was ironic having it on a song called 21,
Uh-huh.
2112. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. Let's backtrack and go tell our audience who aren't familiar with Benny Sinclair, because you're all the way from Australia and you are a great rapper there and an ex-boxer. Well, you still box, don't you? You still train people in that field?
yeah, I'm kind of getting out of that a little bit, but yeah, I still train a little bit of people on the side, but I'm going more into entertainment, my career, and as a hip hop artist, and more in the entertainment field, and also as an author, I've written a book and a little bit of acting, a little bit of modeling and stuff like that as well. So, but a little bit of boxing coaching on the side. So yeah, I was formerly a ex-professional fighter and an amateur boxer when I was younger. And yeah, I made a bit of a comeback as a pro a few years later on down the track.
Okay. So why did you choose to become a boxer, first of all? Was it something that in your past that made you want to box, or were you like Mike Tyson? I think you had to be rough in the neighborhood in order to defend yourself, or how did that
Yeah,
work out?
I think my boxing stems from quite not quite knowing where I fit in, and that might have something to do with growing up having a mixed ethnicity. Like my mother is born in Germany, and she's actually part Jewish, part Middle Eastern, and my father is Australian, but we're part black. And it took me many years to discover where my black heritage had come from. And recently, I found out we're part Nigerian, and so my ancestors either came from through America or the Caribbean. We're still quite not sure to this day, but that is already kind of a canvas for like not quite knowing where to fit in. And when I got to a certain age, my mother remarried, so that was a bit difficult as well. We moved to like a posh neighborhood, and I just didn't feel like I fitted in. And I mingled with other kids that were in similar situations, although none of them were quite as mixed in heritage wise as me. They kind of knew who they were. They were more comfortable with who they were. But yeah, it led me to getting into some like minor problems with the law and stuff like that as a juvenile. Nothing too serious, but enough to know that I needed an outlet. I needed a focus point. And that's, I started off a little bit of martial arts and kickboxing, and eventually got into boxing. But boxing was always my true passion, my true calling. I loved actually, as you brought up, Mike Tyson was one of my greatest inspirations for getting into it.
Oh, really?
And then also, as I got older, I learned more about Muhammad Ali and his story. And the thing I loved about Ali is he also rhymed. If
Yes.
Ali was around today, he'd be rapping. I mean, there's without a doubt.
I know. I think he really started all of that. Really, with the
Yeah, absolutely.
how he really he was really nice and suave, and he knew what he wanted, very confident, very talkative, and very handsome guy, because I met him in person when he was Cassius Clay.
Wow.
And he knew what he was doing. He wanted people to either like him or they want to come see him because they didn't like him, one or the other.
Knew how to sell tickets.
His mouth.
Yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah, that's amazing that you had the opportunity to meet Ali in those early days, and
yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. And actually, he sat at the same booth where I was. Really?
Wow.
If I had known better, I would have had a picture taken or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was a great part of history for me.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to your fabulous career, now you evolved from the boxing to being a rapper. Why did you choose to become a rapper?
Yeah, well, it was really hard trying to get into that type of music, or music in general, where I live in Melbourne, Australia. It's not as big as it is in the States. It's not as many people. We have our big cities. It's not all just kangaroos and Crocodile Dundee. where I live is quite urban, although there are kangaroos a short drive from where I'm talking right now. But
okay, really?
we don't kind of mingle with them as much as it may appear in the movies, but they are around, and I love my native animals. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. So I think being, in all honesty, being part black was motivation for me, because a lot of my idols that I saw were African American, and I thought, well, if they can do it, I can do it too, and that's the best way to put it. I know I don't appear that, but it's what I feel on the inside, and so I just stuck at it. I just kept writing rhymes since I was about, I think I started writing my first rhymes in primary school, what is elementary school in the States, and did a few rhymes there, and got together with a few friends, and tried to, tape record ourselves rapping and stuff like that. But it wasn't until about 2009 where I actually released my first CD, and I was with a group called Bouncer, and that was my first release. But amongst all those tracks on the album, some of the rhymes on that album were rhymes I'd written like many years before, and we just tweaked them and made them right for that album. And so it wasn't until sort of it was 2009 we dropped the album, but I think we started recording, or professionally recording, around about 2005, 2006. And and that's from there I learned a lot. When I got in the proper recording studio, rather than just writing lyrics and freestyling at parties and entertaining my friends, I actually learned some formal techniques on how to, how hip hop works and how to actually make something sound good.
Okay, now you rap, and do you have a message, or you just go with the feeling at the time? How do you come up with your lyrics? Is it something that you have a message, or is it just, the mood of how you feel about it?
Yeah, I love to delivering messages through my raps, and tell a story, and motivate my listeners towards ultimately a positive focus, or just to have learned something from my rhymes. That's what's important. Like I've got a message in everything I lay down. There's always a message, and sometimes the beat will inspire me to kind of bring that message to the table. A different beat through me gives a story that I want to let out and pass on a message. Sometimes I hear a beat and I can still rap on it, and it doesn't inspire me as much. But the beats that I choose for my albums and my releases, they're the beats that have inspired me to deliver a message that I want my audience to hear. Okay,
so you really kind of hear the music, the beat in your mind, how you want it to go. The rap, the rap and the beat goes together.
when I first started years back, it was all about just writing the lyrics, filling out the notepads, and that was good practice. But if I really feel a beat right now, I can write something, meaningful and get my point across in, right then and there. It doesn't take long because, I have a lot installed inside me that I want to let out, and the right beat helps bring that out, and I can, deliver my message more on point and more comfortably.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, who are some of your favorite artists in this field as a rapper? I know there's a lot of great guys, and you did say, you wanted to emulate some of them. So.
Yeah. Right. Oh, look, there's over the years, I think, the early days, I was heavily motivated by like Dr. Dre, and the original like NWA and Public Enemy and Ghetto Boys and LL Cool J and Run DMC and and then kind of got into like your Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang, Nas, Mobb Deep. I've actually met Mobb Deep when many years ago when they were down in Melbourne, and obviously two from the West Coast scene, Snoop Dogg. But at the moment, there's a lot of artists that I respect and appreciate. Actually, I respect everybody. I'm not one to diss anyone, or I'd respect all rappers because I know there's so much involved, and everyone's got a message. Anyone that's got a strong message, I respect. But at the moment, I like rappers like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. We got Joyner Lucas. We got we've got Glasses Malone. Yeah, me and Glasses Malone have got a track coming out soon. I love his stuff. There's another guy, in Atlanta that's been giving us some love, CJ Green. I respect, so many artists. There's, some of the Canadian rappers like Drake and Dax, that are coming up and, doing really big things for hip hop. And there's so many names, back to the West Coast, like The Game, Sugar Free, who, another homie of mine, Bobby B, he DJs on his, he's his DJ and he travels, across the West Coast with him and all around America actually. So yeah, I've been getting into his stuff a little bit, and he's got a big track with DJ Quick. So, it goes on and on and on. There's so many rappers, but I'm very eclectic. I listen to a bit of everything. But ultimately, currently I'm signed with a label based in California. So we're going a little bit more down that traditional kind of West Coast type road.
Okay.
However, my new album is still eclectic. It's got a little bit of Melbourne sound because we did 7 tracks here in Melbourne and 3 tracks in California. So it's still kind of blended. Okay. The producer here in Melbourne, CJ, he wanted to have a little bit of have our own sound a little bit, and then we've kind of blended it in with a little bit of the West Coast sound as well.
Okay, speaking of your new album and rap, we're gonna take time out and let the audience enjoy so they can know how you do your thing. Everyone stay tuned.
Have some fun. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Boom.
You come here in our eyes, not as a judge or as a prosecutor, but rather as a legitimate object of international criticism.
What life experience separates you from all the rest? Life experience. What can you tell me then that's going to dazzle?
21, trying to have some fun. Dealer busted, I'm not done. Gotta get a hit, son, that's the one. Way too broke to play along. Hell of a year, damn, that's not wrong. Stay on the table till it's done. Gotta get that paper, pay that loan. I'm a winner, ride that storm. 52 weeks just like cards I'm torn. Ace of hearts, know where I'm going. Hit me one more time. Britney hit that same old line. 10 of clubs and now I'm flying. 21 roll like a line. Stacking chips upsize the fries. Now I'm trying to win at life. Oh, 21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing.
Make me hard.
21 trying to have some fun.
It's my time.
Time to double, I'm alright. Gotta take a risk, yeah, I'll survive. Out the shoot, 2 diamond 5s. Born in April, that's a sign. Marker stone, I'm made of fire. Think I'll split those number 5s. Dealer hit me 469. I just busted 485. Keep it cool, eyes in the sky. One more hand, I'll play tonight. Picture, split them twice. 2 straight aces, damn, that's nice. Now I'm in the line of fire. Rolling, rawhide. Build another baby, won't retire. Dirty Harry's on my mind, bro. 21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing.
Make me hard.
21 trying to have some fun.
It's my time. Yeah.
21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing.
Make me hard.
21 trying to have some fun.
It's my time.
Raise my hand, dealer won't beat mine. 2-9 Jackie sent me dry. Almost broke, can't see the light. I still wanna win the fight. 6 of spades, oh what a night. King of hearts, can't believe my eyes. Now I'm standing to survive. Hell of a round, yeah, guess that's right. Now I'm sweating override. Double queens were my first strike. Off the table, don't feel right. Dealer's cocky, I'm not tied. Was locked down, but now I rise. Grabbed that groupie up by his tie. Slapped his face and made him cry. I broke free, brave heart, run wild. Yo, 21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing.
Make me hard.
21 trying to have some fun.
It's my time.
21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing.
Make me hard.
21 trying to have some fun.
It's my time.
21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing. 21 trying to have some fun. 21 trying to have some fun. I wanna see how good you can do your thing. 21 trying to have some fun.
I want to talk about your new release. You want to elaborate on that as far as, how did that all come about? Because it was great, and I'm sure the audience enjoyed it. So you want to give more?
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So I'll start from the beginning. When I dived into my solo projects, in 2017, I dropped The Impeccable Word. In 2018, I dropped Don't Take It Personal. In 2019, I dropped Assumptions. Now, Assumptions we launched on college radio in the States, and it hit, here's the synchronicity in play here, it hit number 21 on the college charts. So 21 is also a very significant number for me. I've got other things in my family that I won't go into, but we'll just keep it on the music. But yeah, my album Assumptions peaked at number 21 on college radio in the US. This led, and plus some of my other songs getting played on commercial radio, particularly in California. This led to me getting my first record deal. And I signed on with Round 2 Music in January 2020. And I was asked, thank you. And I was asked to come out and record some tracks with Bobby B, who DJs for Sugar Free, and another producer, rest his soul, Jay Stank, who unfortunately passed away tragically in the studio working on this album we're bringing out. So yeah, so rest in peace, Jay. He was a beautiful man, and we really connected. And so this album is also a dedication to him. And track 4, Don't Cry, specifically is the track that we put aside for him. He produced it as well. So the album, we finished recording our songs in January 2020. Sadly, Jay passed away in February. I was back in Melbourne already. COVID kicked in. We couldn't travel. In Melbourne, Australia, we had some very strict lockdown rules, and we couldn't travel. I couldn't work as a boxing trainer anymore. I was basically out of work, and it's part of the reason I'm not really in that industry anymore. It just wasn't the same after that. But my true calling's being a rapper, so that's all I really want to do. So I've just been focusing on that, and then we finished the album here in Melbourne just because of the travel problems. And 21, the track that you guys just saw, was recorded in Melbourne by CJ Dolan, and it's about the game itself. Apart from the number itself being significant to me, it's also about blackjack. It's about playing cards.
Oh,
The
okay.
game's 21. That's what I'm rapping about. So I win a few hands, I lose a few hands. In the end, I lose, and I lose my cool, and I run off, and that's the track. And so in the video, we were trying to capture some of that anxiety I was possibly going through after just losing all my money at the casino. So yeah.
Right. Well, that sounds like what people do. They put their heart and soul into their music, and so I can understand that. That's really good. We're going to take time out for a break, everyone. Stay tuned for more with more.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Okay, now we're back, and all right. Now, I know your album is the greatest thing that's happening to you right now, and you were talking about, how it came about and all. So, what do you expect to do, or what is your expectations, in the future, as far as where you want to take your career, and of course, this album, you want it to be at the top of the chart and all of that. Where do you want to go from here?
Yeah, well, the sky's the limit, and I've always felt that way. I just, the biggest sign of success for me is just really and truly is just for people to feel my music and understand it and be able to relate to it, and to just play it whenever they can. With that, obviously, comes success, and the ability to, make a living and keep continuing to make more albums, because that's really what I want to be doing. I'd love to get out to the States and rock some shows and put on some shows for you guys, and rock with you. That'd be amazing. And that's on the cards. Given everything goes to plan. But yeah, I mean, we got number 21 on the college charts. Well, I want this to get onto the Billboard charts this time. If we can get to 21, that'd be amazing, and that would be a true sign that this is where I'm meant to be. But that aside, I mean, you got to put all your dreams forward. I'd just be happy just to get my music to people, and and to live a comfortable living off doing what I love.
Now, would you like to give out some information for contact for my audience, to, if they're interested and maybe hearing more and getting a copy of everything? Yeah,
I'm on all platforms, on YouTube at Benny Sinclair, Instagram at Benny Sinclair, Spotify Benny Sinclair, BENNY SINCLAIR. Check it out. I've got my own website, www.bennysinclair.com. That links in all my streams. I'll also just give the book a mention. I've written a memoir.
That's right.
This touches up on what we talked about in much more detail, you know, from my heritage to my boxing to my, you know, being a troubled youth and learning from my mistakes to ultimately becoming a rapper. And I've written the book also to, you know, to inspire people and as a guide to succeed and success, you know, find your own success and you know, really life is what you make it, you know, just your fate's in your own hands. And that's ultimately the message that my book, you know, is going to tell. So that's called Games and the Fight, an untold story. And that'll also be available digitally and physically. So that'll drop in 2023 as well.
You've been a pleasure to talk to and everything. And thank your mother for what she did, you know.
Yeah, she had a nicer backdrop than my pad, so we took this up today. And shame there's no kangaroos bouncing around.
I would like to see a kangaroo, you know, but they're kind of, they can beat you up sometimes, can't they?
Yeah, I'm, you know, I would tread very lightly against one of those guys.
Yeah. That's interesting. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of interesting animals in Australia. You know, that's down under is what they say.
Yeah, land down under. Land down under. It's a jungle down here.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you and talking to you. And you know, we're going to keep everybody up on what's going on with your fabulous career. Thanks for sharing it with us. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me, you and your lovely audience. Yeah, have a great 2023, guys, and yeah, stay healthy, stay strong.
Okay.
Rolling with the punches. Boom.
Right. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you in the future.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in for more with more.